Hi there, it's John again, and welcome back to the page where I inspire you to look up and experience the wonders of the night sky. I've got an astronomical treat coming up that's going to be the perfect reason to head outside after sunset. On the evening of Saturday, January the 4th, 2025, the waxing crescent moon will put on a show with Saturn in a dramatic occultation. Nice. Another convenient weekend astronomical event. Thanks again, universe. And yes, this comes hot on the heels of another two events the night before this, on the 3rd. It's more planet and moon fun with a close conjunction between the crescent moon and Venus. And later that night, even the peak of the quadrantid meteor shower. Blimey, talk about things coming in thick and fast. But back to the night of the 4th of January. And if you're not totally familiar with it, an occultation is where one celestial body simply moves in front of another, briefly hiding it from view. A bit like these cups, but much more exciting, you'll be pleased to know. In this case, the waxing crescent moon will pass directly in front of Saturn. If it's actually the other way around, then we're all in deep trouble. Now, you might even be thinking, wow, what's so great about that? Something moves in front of something else in the night sky. It must happen all the time. But you get to see Saturn, a far-off gas giant in the outer solar system, and even one or two of its moons, if you're using a telescope, right on the edge of the moon's rugged lunar limb. You witness Saturn with its rings nearly edge on, slowly disappear, then reappear on the opposite side of the moon. This is an amazing perspective, easy for me to say, of two completely different celestial objects at vastly different distances from each other in the same field of view. You may remember we also had a full moon and Saturn occultation back in August 2024. Now, the moon moves surprisingly fast across the sky, so it'll be covering Saturn for just over an hour. Now, make note because the exact times will vary depending on your location, so make sure you consult your astronomy apps for accuracy. But from mid-UK latitudes, Saturn will be right on the edge of the moon's dark northwest limb at 5:19 p.m. before disappearing behind it. Of course, don't head out at that time or you're going to miss it. Get set up well beforehand. And here's a position of Saturn at 5:15 p.m, a few minutes before it slips behind the moon's edge. You find the moon in the southwest at dusk and the sky won't be fully dark yet. You see the crescent moon with Saturn on the edge of its opposite dark side. And if you're lucky, it's possible you'll also make out features on the night side of the moon due to earth shine. And even better through an optical aid like binoculars or a telescope. For just over an hour, Saturn will be hidden behind the globe of the moon. Then, at 6:27 p.m, Saturn will peek out from the moon's bright southeastern edge, slowly gliding back into view again, making the southwestern sky on the 4th of January a sight you won't want to miss. And for the luminous cherry on top, Venus will be blazing bright about 13 degrees southeast of the crescent moon. This is a type of event that's possible to view with your own eyes, or even better, capturing in a telescope. It's also a great astrophotography opportunity, as you capture Saturn framed against the rugged features of the moon's surface. So here's what you can expect to see using your naked eyes, binoculars, or a telescope. Using your naked eyes, Saturn will appear as a faint yellowish point of light next to the moon before it slips behind its dark side. At this time, the sky will be still a bit light, so seeing Saturn naked eye may be a touch of a challenge. But keep an eye out for it as it reappears from the moon's bright crescent. The sky will be much darker then, so it'll be easier to spot. Through binoculars, you'll get a better, steadier view of Saturn right next to the moon. and see it as it's about to be eclipsed behind the moon's dark edge, making it a much more dynamic experience than with your naked eyes alone. Binoculars will also help when the sky is still a bit bright during those initial stages, as it brings out Saturn better against the sky. Binoculars are a great portable way to enjoy the occultation, and your experience will improve if they're on a tripod. If you have a telescope, this event becomes even more thrilling. The view lets you appreciate the finer details, like the nearly edge-on rings of Saturn when using higher power, and the rugged landscape on the moon's limb, creating an almost 3D effect. Experiment with magnification. Start with low power first and whack it up to higher magnification for incredible views. A telescope also gives you a chance to photograph the event, even if you're set up with a smartphone and a camera adapter. Capturing the contrast between Saturn and the moon's grey, rugged surface will make for a truly memorable image. So, if you've got clear skies, be sure to grab your telescope or binoculars, or even just grab your naked eyes. Events like this remind us of the elegant movements of our solar system. It's real, it's alive, and it's happening right in front of your eyes. Nothing artificial here, no AI or CGI. You're observing real stuff happening out there in space. The moon alone is a fantastic object to explore with your telescope or even binoculars. As an inspiring astronomy night sky explorer over on Patreon, you have a 3-part video course to go through showing you how to make the most of the most jaw-dropping sights on our closest neighbour in space. If you're not yet a member, just go to patreon.com/inspiring astronomy to sign up. So, I hope we all get clear skies on the 4th of January for this occultation, and on the 3rd for the Venus and Moon conjunction, and the quadrantid's meteor shower peak. Lots of ands. Good luck to you, and be sure to share your experience of this 4th of January event in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and good luck to you, and don't forget to follow the Inspiring Astronomy Facebook page if you're not already, to stay tuned for more cosmic events in your night sky. Wishing you a happy and starry start to 2025.